I'm Malane Hillam. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with ETI's Easy Sculpt. Easy Sculpt is a self-hardening epoxy modelling clay which cures without firing. It has a long working time and it hardens to a durable and impact-resistant finish. Easy Sculpt will bond to most surfaces including glass, metal and wood. Once cured, it is waterproof, heat and chemical resistant. As a modelling material, Easy Sculpt can be moulded, sculpted, carved, drilled and textured. It is also an excellent adhesive for adhering crystals, beads and other decorative elements. You'll need a non-stick work surface, gloves, talcum powder or a cooking oil such as olive or vegetable oil, and of course Easy Sculpt. You will need to wear gloves during the initial stages of mixing and working with Easy Sculpt as it is quite sticky. Dust your gloves and your workspace with talcum powder. Measure out equal quantities of parts A and B. The easiest way to do this is to roll each piece into a ball and compare them visually. Blend the two components together until there are no streaks and the clay is uniform in colour. Once the two components have been thoroughly blended, you have up to 2 hours working time at 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius. During this time, the clay will range from soft and sticky, to soft and pliable, to firm, to stiff, and finally hard, becoming less sticky and easier to handle and shape. In this example, I'll be covering a polystyrene egg, creating an armature, doing some simple sculpting, and embedding crystals into the clay's surface. Covering an object is easier to manage once Easy Sculpt has firmed for about 25 minutes. At this stage, the clay is still soft and pliable, but it is less sticky than when it was first mixed. As you are working with the clay, dust your gloves from time to time to eliminate it from sticking to you. Flatten the ball of clay and wrap it around the egg. Press the seam together and pinch off any excess clay. As you smooth the surface, you may notice some air pockets trapped under the clay. You can use a toothpick to pierce these and then smooth out the surface again. Easy Sculpt is an excellent adhesive, and because it doesn't shrink, crystals, beads and other embellishments pressed into the clay whilst it is still tacky will remain permanently attached. Whilst the clay-covered egg is firming, create a simple wire armature. Start with a piece of wire and fold it in half. Twist it tightly to give the armature additional strength. Here I'm bending the two ends and inserting them into the end of the egg to create a tail. A simple way to cover the armature is to roll Easy Sculpt into a long tapering snake and wrap it around the wire. As Easy Sculpt becomes firmer, you can add more clay and sculpt it. Here I'm adding ears. You can continue to manipulate the clay, refine details and pose the clay as it gets harder. Even the armature can be contoured when the clay reaches the firm stage. To finish this piece, I'm painting the cured clay with several light coats of acrylic paint. And lastly, I'm highlighting the tail with metallic ink. Some other ways to colour cured Easy Sculpt include the application of metallic waxes, spray painting, and foiling with gold leaf. You can also apply coloured epoxy resin over textured Easy Sculpt to create a ceramic look. Easy Sculpt can also be coloured straight after the clay has been mixed. In this example, I'm using Cast & Crafts opaque pigment to colour the clay. Add only as much pigment as you need to reach the desired colour and then work it into the clay. Adding too much pigment can affect the final hardness of the clay. Now it can be rolled out using a clay roller with some wooden stir sticks as a thickness guide. Pressing a plastic or metal cookie cutter into the clay is an easy way to cut out Easy Sculpt. To shape this piece, I'm placing it inside a domed mould to create a small trinket bowl or a tea bag rest. Once cured, Easy Sculpt can easily be filed, sanded or drilled. Easy Sculpt can also be moulded. Simply push Easy Sculpt into a mould whilst it is still soft and pliable. Silicone moulds are ideal because no mould release is required. For other mould types, a light dusting of talcum powder will act as a mould release. The clay can be demoulded as soon as it becomes firm enough to handle easily. Easy Sculpt's fine porcelain-like finish also picks up highly detailed textures. The clay will retain textures best if the object is left in position until the clay has reached soft cure. Soft cure is attained after about 5 hours and full cure in approximately 24 hours, depending on curing temperature. There are more tips, tricks and techniques included in the instructions which will help you get the best out of Easy Sculpt. With Easy Sculpt, you are free to express your creativity.